Good morning everyone. This is teacher Sreedevi from the Way Private School. Today I am going to start a new chapter, Food Chains. In this chapter you will learn how to construct food chains. So our learning journey is starting from the topic, how do organisms get their energy? From this topic, you should be able to know animals get energy directly from plants or indirectly from animals that eat plants. Know and understand the terms producer and consumer. Recognize that plants are food producers and the ultimate source of energy is from the sun. Know the different types of food consumers. Okay, students? So, let's begin with an introduction. On Earth, there are various habitats that have all kinds of plants and animals. The plants and animals in a habitat are dependent on each other. Okay? That is, living organisms are interdependent that have food relationships. This feeding relationship between animals can be expressed by three ways. First one living thing often feeds on another. Second, living things compete for the same resources such as food, water, space and oxygen. And third, living things join together for a mutual advantage. These are the three relationships between animals. For example, look at this picture. Here you can see an ocean containing many small fishes and some big fishes. Sometimes some large fishes feed on the small fishes. How the large fish feed on the small fish? We know that living things need energy. Living things get energy from food. Then the energy moves from one organism to the next. That is, from smaller fishes to larger fishes. From this, we understood feeding is a kind of energy transfer. Some animals eat plants. Some animals get energy from eating other animals. Okay, students? This is in the case of animals. Now, in the case of humans, energy from the food. All living things need energy to carry out life processes. We get our energy from the food we eat. They can come either from plants and animals. Some examples also shown here. One activity for you. Look at the picture of hamburger and potato chips. Which part of the meal come from plants and which part come from animals? The parts bread, lettuce, tomato, onion and potato come from dash. Cheese and beef come from dash. Yes, all come from plants and animals. Now you understood how do organisms get their energy. In humans, we get energy from eating plants and animals. Other animals also get their energy from plants and animals. And finally, plants are living things and they also need energy. So from this, we understood the sun is the ultimate energy source for all organisms. Using sunlight, plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. See in detail about photosynthesis. Watch it. Yes, process of photosynthesis. See this. Plants make their own food because they contain a green pigment, chlorophyll, found mostly in their leaves. Chlorophyll helps plants to trap light energy that enables them to make food through a process called photosynthesis. Here, water and carbon dioxide are the raw materials of photosynthesis. Sugars are the first product and starch is the final product. Starch is stored in different parts of the plants. Plants will use the sugar they produce to carry out life processes. Excess sugar is converted into starch that is stored in different parts of the plants such as leaves, flower, fruit, stem, seed and roots. Up to here clear, students? Yes. Next, you have a question. Fill in the blanks below with the correct words. In potato plants, starch is stored in the stems. In carrot plants, starch is stored in the roots. In banana trees, starch is stored in the fruits. In cabbage plants, starch is stored in the leaves. Very good. In rice plants, starch is stored in the seeds. Excellent. Here, how do you know the starch in the food? Iodine test. Iodine test for starch. Watch this. Yes, Iodine solution is yellowish brown. It will turn dark blue when it interacts with starch present in food. Next, you have an activity. Test me for starch. Which of the following food items present starch? All of you tick the answers. Noodles. Next, cooked rice. Next, bread. Next, potato. Next, banana. Next, apple. Very good. From this, we infer that starch is only found that come from plants. Next is energy transfer from sun to organisms. From sun to producers, then consumers, then to decomposers. Let's see one by one. Food producers. Plants use the energy in sunlight to make or produce their own food, so they are called food producers. Food consumers. Organisms that get their energy from eating other organisms. It can be divided into 3 groups. See this. Herbivores. Animals that only eat plants. For example, rabbit. Carnivores. Animals that eat other animals. For example, lion. Omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and other animals. For example, bear. Next, you have a reading corner. Read this section, okay? Next, you have a fun and game. Feeding time. Look at this scenario. It's a feeding time at the zoo, but Mr. Goonie, the zookeeper, has given the wrong foods to some of the zoo animals. Help Mr. Goonie by circling the foods that are wrong. Look at and help, okay? Lion. Next. Zebra. Next. Elephant. Next. Cow. Excellent, students. Now you learn the concept of feeding relationship between animals. Finally, label the blanks on the diagram below to show the overall process of photosynthesis. Do it at home. These are all about today's topic. Thank you.